Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another exciting edition of the Sports Report Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan. I want to do things a little bit different today. Your boy needs some therapy. Your boy needs help. And when I need therapy, when I need help, my man Seven is always there for me. He's always there. He always knows what to say. He always knows what can cheer me up and get me going again. So let me bring Seven in. Hold on. Now, for y'all who are uninitiated, we were doing a podcast that dealt with mental issues with fathers. Yep. And hopefully we'll bring that back sometime soon. But in the meanwhile, Seven, man, look, the Mets messing up. My Saints messing up. Bro, I need help. I need help, bro.
Okay. So the Saints problem is easy. Okay. All you have to do is not play the Buccaneers with Jameis Winston as your quarterback. Because Jameis was like, hey, I'm actually throwing it to the Buccaneers this time. And he wasn't supposed to. So it was some confusion in the scheming and in the practice for the for Jameis Winston. So I mean, you could always just trade for Baker Mayfield.
Facts.
So that you can go 8-9 instead of 0-17.
0-17. I was shout out to
as far as the Mets, man, y'all got to get right with Jesus and quick.
Oh my gosh, quick too. Only up half a game.
The Braves are smelling your hair like Joe Biden smells his guests at presidential speeches. Like they're just
they definitely know what brand of gunslinger soap that we're using right now. They definitely know what brand it is. All right. Appreciate that, man. I feel better already, man. We can go ahead and get on with that show. All right, let me go ahead and bring in the El Presidente of the Sports Report. Josie, what's up? I'm not doing nothing.
Motherfucker! I told you I was doing it.
Wait, we need to put this up.
How you doing, Josie?
I'm doing pretty good. How are y'all tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. Last but certainly not least, the man who's probably at the cause of all my he probably jinxed me all. He probably jinxed me. Because I've been talking trash about Nebraska. Remember my man Dan the Dick on. Dan, what's up, man?
I have a little Will Morgan voodoo doll. And it's got
what it is.
I just switched the jerseys out. I switched the Mets and the Saints jerseys out and just poke it, and that happens. Shit, they poke themselves.
Dan is afraid that you are going to take over as the CEO of Walmart and Trailer Parks.
Yes,
and he's threatened by you.
Yes.
We need to work that out somehow because I'm unfamiliar with who's the owner and who's the CEO. plus, I don't see any fucking monetary value out of this either. So I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Hey, we will. It's gonna take off. I'm telling you.
Also, Will, you just got to take
the monetary value is gonna be in the merchandise.
Yes, it's gonna be the merchandise that we sell from there. So that's where the monetary value comes in.
Will, you just got to take your quarterback's advice though.
Not the meth merchandise. We're talking about the T-shirts. The meth that's a completely different bank account.
Because you know that's I like Davis Mills.
Here we go.
I like Davis Mills.
Yeah,
I like Davis Mills.
Yeah,
I like Davis Mills. I do. Everybody likes Davis Mills around here.
Because I have a lot to say tonight. I'm not wasting no damn time.
Hot take down.
I'm gonna let someone else go first though.
Josie, your camera frozen.
It's like showing up first to the orgy, but wait until everybody's going to get in. Like, what the hell?
I feel like Josie would know what that's like.
Okay. I will go.
Okay.
I've seen this video floating around today about Kyler Murray apparently getting hit last night.
I saw that. I saw that. Yes.
My girlfriend smacks me harder during foreplay.
Oh,
First of all.
Which is relatively hard. Okay, go ahead.
No, like that brushed his face, like probably flicked a booger out of his nose at best. It was not that hard of a hit.
And then
he was trying to hit his pads.
What's up, Dark Lizard?
Trying to hit his pads. He kind of moved and he accidentally hit his face. I did not see anything in there. I did not see anything in that video that made me think that somebody was trying to intentionally hit the Build-A-Bear that pretends to be a quarterback.
He just called that man a builder.
He did.
I did.
So disrespectful.
Now let's be clear.
I did just see on Monday Night Football that the police are investigating.
Come on, man. We really investigating that.
There is a dude that hits him, though. There's a dude that legitimately hits him.
Come on.
It was literally like, it wasn't that hard.
It was like
come on.
No,
I'm telling you, I've been smacked harder in dungeons.
Right.
Here's the thing that I'm going to say. There is, of course, the
enjoyed it.
God damn it, Josie.
He had to get out.
There is, of course, your ticket does not give you the right to assault a performer at any event you go to, whether it's a sporting event, a comedy show, a musician, the Oscars. Yes.
Nope.
Your ticket does not give you the ability to throw hands.
The Oscars, if you're Will Smith.
But at the same time, Kyler had gone over there, was dabbing up, celebrating with some Cardinals fans. And everybody was cheering him on. Even the Raiders fans that were right there, you can see it in the video. They were all slapping his pads and stuff too. This isn't the black hole of the 90s, guys. Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't get me wrong. I'm all for athlete safety, athlete respect. But he was over there cheering with everybody. Everybody was just slapping his pads, excited that an NFL quarterback was fucking by them. Raiders fans don't get to see a winning quarterback that often. Let's give him a fucking break and let him celebrate for a change.
But the thing that he's forgetting to realize, he put himself in that situation too.
He did. And going over and celebrating with the fans does not open up an athlete to getting hit by somebody.
Oh no. No.
But if we're gonna have a police investigation,
come on, man.
Let's make sure it's something legitimate.
He got the Ricky guy.
Let's make sure it's something legitimate and not
you mean to tell
a
me
small deal. Like,
you mean to tell me we got to have a police presence for Kyler Murray? A police presence?
No.
Man, come on, man.
It looked like that the guy was trying to be in on the celebration too.
Yeah.
And just hit him in the face. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like the guy was trying to slap his pads and he got hit in the face because he was literally trying to touch him. And I don't think he was trying to
hurt him.
Yeah, it was an open hand for one.
Yeah, open hand. Yeah.
I mean, of course, you don't hit kids with a closed fist.
No.
But I've been writing jokes about this all fucking day.
It's the piece of trash for the New Orleans Saints.
That's the best defender you got, buddy. That's the best.
That's the best. That's
a banger there.
That's the best he's ever looked because he sure ain't with us.
Banger there.
He sure ain't with us.
But I just don't get me wrong.
Can't body ass.
I don't want anybody freaking out. It's not okay to hit athletes, performers, whatever. But I don't think that this warranted the response that it has received.
Police presence.
Yeah. It was hard for us. It was hard for us to see while watching that video who even hit him in the face for one. And when he even gets hit, we're like, what? It looks like a
Yeah,
big
I had to
slap in
watch
the
it.
pads, like,
What's gonna do?
Realize what
if you're
happened.
going
What's
over
gonna do?
there,
What you gonna pinch in, pinch out, slow it down? What you gonna do to identify the
Right.
dude?
if you're gonna go in, no, we did. We actually watched it in slow motion. You can see which guy
Found
it is.
him.
But dude, there's a white guy right behind. Okay, so there's the black dude that he goes over there with. There's a black dude next to him, right? To his right, Kyler Murray's left. And when he starts going left, there's a white dude behind them that tries to literally just like reach out. And I think he's literally trying to like touch his pads. And he just hits it like it's.
I just saw the hand hit the face.
It's because it's
Yeah.
from behind.
It's
Like, you
because
can't
he
really see it.
moved.
Yeah.
I did not see anything that made it look
Holy
like that
piss.
was intentional. Like,
I don't think it was.
Boy.
I mean,
happening?
the Raiders have to deal with enough. The closest thing the Raiders fans have had to a player with a killer instinct was Henry Ruggs.
Damn.
God.
Damn.
That was the last one. Okay, all right.
Count it.
Damn.
Count that one.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm never going to Top Golf again.
You ain't lying.
Why not go to Top Golf? They're gonna overserve you, let you keep hitting balls.
Yeah, right. And then yeah.
Let you drive away.
Let you
Yeah.
drive away.
And then you
Stick
just
to your
kill it.
local bar friends. They actually care about you. They want you to make it back.
Yes.
Seriously.
Seriously though.
Try
Yeah.
to stay on your homicide of the road.
Count it.
All right.
Wow.
So, my first hot take of the day is going to be Astros going to the sixth playoffs for the sixth time in 6 years. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
That's for the 7th inning stretch, sir. You
Yeah,
need to
which-
stop stepping on my fucking toes. You know I'm a
Which we-
baseball
yeah.
guy.
I can say what I want during this because that is the point of this segment.
Yeah.
God damn
Well,
But you supposed,
Well,
but
that
it's
was a
something
terrible
that's
one to
supposed to
start on.
make you upset. Is that something supposed to?
it. No, I was just fucking with.
honestly, I'm just glad you're not talking about the Texans or the Rockets.
Yes.
So that's
What the Rockets? There's nothing to talk about. The Texans. What am I gonna say? I knew coming
love
into
Davis
this
Mills?
season, it's a rebuilding year.
I like
Like
I
Davis
love Davis Mills.
I like this one.
I like Davis Mills,
like Davis
but
Davis Mills out threw Russell Wilson in the first
He
half of
did.
that game.
that
He
is the
did.
thing.
He
Again,
did.
first and second quarter, he looked pretty good. It wasn't his necessary fault.
It's making
All
it.
his
What's
fault.
up, making it?
Today, here's my hot take. I
Making
think people are giving up on Davis Mills too early. And I'm not saying he is the man. I'm not saying he's
not a bad quarterback. He's average.
yes. That's
I like
He's
Davis
average.
Mills.
what it is right now is he has no O-line. That O-line was absolute trash
Facts.
yesterday.
Facts.
Absolute
The only
trash.
wor-
the
the
only
only
worst
O-line that is
O-line
worse-
was Bengals.
Facts.
Yeah, that's what I was
Because-
just about to say.
Man, Burrow spit all day on the ground. And if he had not been a little slippery, that'd have been a double digit. They'd have gotten him 15 times.
And Shannon Sharp said it this morning on Undisputed. They need to figure out that line, or Joe Burrow is going to be the next Andrew Luck. He will be
Yes.
gone in 7 years.
Yes.
But I intentionally sought out to watch that game because I was hoping to see the Broncos lose. So I was legitimately cheering for the Texans. Just because the more AFC West teams lose, the more comfortable it is to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan. But I watched that game, and their offense was not perfect. Their defense is better than people realize. That defense is actually above average.
I mean, Lovie Smith
Ain't
is
enough.
a defense guy.
Ain't enough.
He's a good defensive guy.
And his beard is fucking fantastic.
it's
Oh my
so
God.
good. It's
I
so
love that
good.
fucking beard, man.
Well,
Lovies?
the thing is,
we need to get him some gunslinger soap, man.
He's like Black Santa.
the thing
yes.
is honestly the coaching staff on both sides, defensive and then on the offensive coordinator side, you've got Pep Hamilton, who is an amazing offensive coordinator. The issue right now is they don't have the talent. They don't have the players to really do well. The O-line is in shambles. They've got no one up there.
I mean, Brandon Cooks
Brandon Cooks is
the
a
one
stud.
guy on that team that you can say, like, if you want to talk about someone on the Texans that people are going to know, it's Brandon Cook.
Stud.
And
He's
had
making
a terrible
Davis
game.
Mills look even better of a
Yeah,
quarterback.
he's a stud. Brandon's always been a
Brandon
stud.
Cooks
He's
is-
almost
yesterday
leading.
he had a terrible game. He dropped
He's
a
just
couple of passes, one of which would have been a touchdown.
He's just really fast. That's all. I mean, that's really all it is. He's not. I wouldn't say he's a number one wide receiver. He's a prototypical NFL slot wide receiver.
You have to
He a number
remember,
one
up
receiver for
until
he got to be the number one for the Texans.
at one
though.
point,
He is.
was the number 4 on the Texans. He has worked up, and that is because we've lost guys like DeAndre Hopkins.
Who y'all let go for? Who y'all let go for some
Sanu.
Skittles and some cheese doodles? That's what
do
I
we
mean.
need to talk about this? Do we need to talk
Sanu,
about this?
yeah.
Again?
Yes, Sanu.
We lost Sanu. There's a list of more. The Honey Badger there for a while was up there, and like more and more, he just kept getting the targets. And I mean, he is usually good for 50 to 100 yards a game, but yesterday, as also someone who has him on his fantasy team, he was shit.
Go ahead, Dan.
Bill Wrecking Ball O'Brien really helped their talent situation out.
I'm serious.
Actually, hang on.
legend.
Seven.
Legend.
I told your theory to 2 other Texans fans, and they are all like, holy fuck.
Okay, so here's the thing. All right, so we're going to record this really quick because this is going to be a fucking reel later because I want this theory to go viral. And I want people that when you see this to share this shit because I have a working theory on what happened with Bill O'Brien and the Houston Texans and Deshaun Watson.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes sense. So here's the thing. You know, a lot of people have been critical about Bill O'Brien and the crazy trades that he made and the fact that if you look at it, he royally screwed the Texans for a decade. Like, that's just the way it is. But we've also learned through the Deshaun Watson investigation that the Houston Texans organization knew about these allegations about Deshaun Watson's alleged aggressive behavior with massage therapists for years. Years. What that means is Bill O'Brien knew. What that means is, you know, he's that type of guy where he's really quiet, but he's a decent guy for the most part. You haven't heard anything. Wasn't in a bar grinding on a bunch of college chicks.
Facts.
And he had made some decent moves in as far as trades were concerned before then. But all of a sudden, he just gives away the farm. Bill O'Brien destroyed that organization from the inside out and then left for them to deal with Deshaun Watson.
On purpose.
I'm telling you, I
can't say it.
This theory to multiple other Texans fans, and for us, we're just like nothing else makes sense. And this, again, I have been a fan of this team since 2002, and I despise that man. But up until he started doing all the weird shit and losing games that we should have won, which is another thing you throw in there, 7, there were a couple of times he threw games.
He doesn't have a ton of control over that, though.
I mean, he was the play caller.
But here's the thing. There was already a breakdown in that locker room. There was already a clear breakdown in that locker room. And that's the thing that we have to remember. And so it is a very good possibility that Deshaun Watson's behavior was a distraction and he was the breakdown and a distraction because all of a sudden Bill O'Brien starts making stupid fucking moves when it comes to his GM duties after legitimately earning the ability to have both roles by his name.
I do want to say this though. This isn't the only time we've seen this. If you go back to the day in the NBA, in the earlier days of the Atlanta Hawks, when Dominique Wilkins got traded for Danny Manning, Lenny Wilkins took it to a personal level versus the professional level. And while I can sort of kind of get behind what you guys were saying about Bill O'Brien and Deshaun Watson, because that's a different case. If you're going to be doing that stuff, you're a sleazeball to begin with, you should be dealt with. But sometimes you have to sort of kind of be careful with that. Only reason why Lenny Wilkins got rid of Dominique, because Dominique was a club goer. He wasn't the type of dude that went to church every Sunday. Danny Manning was that dude. And Danny Manning did not live up to expectations with the Hawks. And B, he didn't stay that long with the Hawks. So sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you shouldn't do it if you want to be a winning.
But
what I
was also saying is, as a fan and have spoken to multiple other fans, it's the only thing that fucking makes sense, because otherwise he just blew up a team and to the point like he finally got let go for no reason. Like, your theory makes so much sense it scares the fuck out of me.
It's probably true. It's probably true. It's not conspiracy. It's probably actually true.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Will, to your point, at the very least, we can establish this from this. People take things personally, and people who have that much power, who are GM and head coach of a team, aren't any fucking different. So people take things to a personal level, and if you don't think that he could have taken it to a personal level and done exactly what he did, it's ridiculous. He could have.
Yeah,
he had absolute power to do that.
Yeah.
He literally. And
because he messed up the Hawks. He messed up the Hawks with that move.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying Bill O'Brien, but yes, anybody who has that kind of power can make those, and they will. Yeah, I mean it happens. All the time.
If you push someone into a corner, he couldn't say anything publicly. So if you push someone enough,
because here's the thing, Bill O'Brien couldn't really say anything, because and especially when you agreements with teams.
Yes.
You know, you can't say anything or it's going to be a big financial loss to you, and you're going to lose the ability to get any kind of a coaching job after.
Yeah. And so you also got to look at the fact that he ended up with an amazing job afterwards. Like, he didn't get blackballed like he kind of should have had, being blown up a team, destroyed what was in 2016, 2015, a Super Bowl caliber team.
Definitely ascended.
When Deshaun showed up and JJ was coming to the end of his prime, but he was still there. You had D-Hop doing it right, and the defense was good. Like, it was maybe not Super Bowl caliber, but I would say AFC Championship team, and
that they were a playoff caliber team.
It definitely ascended. Yeah,
and he destroyed it, and there's no other explanation into the fact that he's now the offensive coordinator for Alabama. In front of what I'm heard is also one of the guys they're looking at for the Nebraska job.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Also a Bill Belichick disciple. And imagine a guy who is a Bill Belichick disciple being a bit cerebral.
Uneasy.
Imagine that.
Well, also though, my thing is he couldn't have taken it to Easterby. Easterby's the chaplain, should have but obviously it didn't faze him because he had to have known what was going on and ended up the vice president of football operations.
Winning hides a lot of stuff.
It's because he knows everybody's secrets.
Winning has a lot of stuff too, and they were winning. They were somewhat winning during that time period. So.
And we'll probably never know the truth.
Nope.
And let's be honest, unless a book comes out after Bill O'Brien dies, so that nobody can do a damn thing about it, that tells the truth.
Bill O'Brien 30 for 30.
Dude, Bill O'Brien could do an autobiography and literally tell the entire truth of the whole story, and they can't do anything to him.
They can't touch him. He broke no law.
That's what are they gonna do? He didn't break.
He broke no law.
Just NDAs, non-disclosure agreements.
If he signed one,
possibly if he signed,
there is no way in hell he was as the head coach of an NFL team. He was not under an NDA.
Yeah,
there is no way in hell.
I don't believe that he wasn't. So he'll never be able to say anything unless maybe it ends when Cal dies. But
at 30 for 30, I'm telling you.
I mean, I think it's a time thing.
What if you knew?
Yeah.
What if you knew 30 for 30? What if you knew?
The Bill O'Brien.
The Bill O'Brien story. 30 for 30.
I just, for me, it makes sense. There are a lot of questions, and I can't guarantee that I'm right, even though it does make a lot of sense. I don't know.
It's a great theory.
It's a great theory. It really is.
It's like Dan said. It's not really a theory. Like it's one of those theories you hear and you're like, "Holy fuck, that could really be fucking true."
Yeah, a conspiracy is usually far fetched. That's not far fetched at all.
No, that's not.
I think that's most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, real quick.
Anybody else got a hot take?
Yeah, I got a hot take real quick.
I got one for you, Will.
I got a hot take.
Go ahead.
the New Orleans Saints, as soon as that injury was found out about Jameis Winston, and I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but at the same point, you have cracked vertebrae in your back.
You should not be QBing.
You should not be QBing. Do you know how hard it is for you just to stand up, if at all? And I get the warrior mentality. I understand the warrior mentality, but at some point you got to, hey, listen, I can't go. Let Dalton come in. Let Dalton come in and see what Dalton can get done. I'm not the fraction. I'm sorry. That's what I would have done. I would have started Andy Dalton and let chips go where they may. Not saying they would have won, but those 3 picks that he threw and 2 more errant passes after that. First of all, those picks led to scores.
Yeah.
And he had a couple of errant passes in there too that you can see he wasn't at his best. He should not has even started in that game. I'm putting in Dalton until he recovers. I know that injury can take 6 to 10 weeks. I'll give him all of that.
Well, if Andy Dalton comes into that game, Jameis Winston might not have a job anymore.
That's true.
That's true, but I'm just saying.
That's why you play.
And I'm not blaming him for getting hurt. But at some point, when you throw 3 picks and one is a pick 6, at some point you gotta say, hey, listen, we gotta sit you down, man, because the Saints schedule, yes, you have Carolina coming up, but that middle part of the schedule is going to be hellacious.
Wait, that staff knew
you can get.
They knew about the injury beforehand?
They knew that they announced it before the game started that he was injured with those fractured vertebrae. And when they announced it, they should have. That's about my point.
I don't understand how he was able.
Dalton.
I don't understand how he was able to play because I'm dealing with just a low compression fracture, and it hurts. Like, I've been working out to work through it, and it's helped. But the first week or two, it sucks. I've done it before too. I re-injured an old injury because I'm a clumsy bastard. But and I like to play like that. It's gotta suck.
And again, not to make excuses for Jameis.
No, I was also gonna say
it's legitimately for his safety.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, he's actually calmed down because yesterday, before the injury update, he was calling for Jameis's job. He was saying Jameis is not the guy.
Ain't the guy. He ain't the guy.
I still don't think he's the guy.
I get you hurt. I understand you're hurt, but at the same point, you have to be. When you being the guy, you know everything that's going on with you, including your body. You know when you can play. You know when you can't play. He shouldn't have played because you can see his time.
He's trying to be Aaron Rodgers,
and you can't. He can't.
Tom Brady.
He can't.
Josie, you're asking how he played. It's called Toradol. It's an injection that they put into your back.
You can see it.
I would assume probably before the game and halftime, he got shot up with Toradol.
Absolutely.
He should not have. He
Beautiful
should not.
Shit.
Kind of like I'll compare it to Baker. When Baker was hurt with that shoulder in Cleveland and he sucked, it hurt his stock. He shouldn't
have been playing. Right.
He shouldn't have been playing. Same thing with he shouldn't have been playing.
No.
But it's also these guys' mentalities.
I get it. Warrior mentality. I understand it.
But
at the same
coaches have to have the intelligence to say fucking no.
No. Yeah. Because you are in that situation, you are your worst enemy. And you have to, and a coach's job is to say, look, you don't have it. You can't do this. Sit down, let Andy Dalton come through. Not saying they would have won, not saying the outcome would have been different, but at least Jameis would have been safe. Now, if those picks could have possibly happened,
Andy would have thrown 2 picks.
Because that Tampa Bay defense is no joke. That Tampa Bay defense is very, very good. So I'm not going to sit here and say he wouldn't have thrown picks, but I'm just saying he shouldn't have played.
Andy Dalton would, I mean, anybody that thinks Andy Dalton would have fared better than Jameis Winston as far as the number of INTs thrown in that game is kind of fucking stupid.
He would have thrown 2 at least. He would have thrown 2 at least.
The only difference is Andy Dalton isn't at risk of doing permanent damage to his back when he takes a hit.
Right.
And that's the concern with an injury like Jameis is you keep aggravating that. The dude's not going to be able to walk.
Nope.
Yes.
And the fact that the coaching staff of the New Orleans Saints let Jameis onto the field with that injury, putting him at risk, That is so fucking selfish of
That's
them
what I'm saying.
and
What
of
do you mean?
Jamias. Live to play another game, man. You just watched Dane Johnson, that guy from the Bills tonight. That dude may have a broken freaking neck.
Yep.
Luckily, they've said that he has control of all extremities, and he's getting X-rays and CTs and MRIs and everything else. But that's the type of shit that happens just from regular stuff. You put a dude out on the field with 4 fractured vertebrae and tell him to keep taking hits.
And see, the thing about it too, you going up against a defense that's already ready for you. They already know your ins, your outs. They're ready to. They're gonna come after you. We all know what Tampa Bay does. They come after you, and he's already limited. You man, come on, you can't do that, man. You can't do that.
All right, Dan, what's yours?
Man, Mickey Joseph for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I thought that they were going to be competitive. I watched the first score of the game. Nebraska scored first in that game. Drove it right down the field, 7-0. I was like, they're going to stick in this thing. I was like, they might win. I thought for a second. That's just me being hopeful, right? And then they just got absolutely dump trucked. Just dump trucked the rest of the game. They didn't play with any kind of like inspiration that I like. Once I saw Oklahoma score, I just shut the game off because I was like, this is not going to be good. And I feel like they just they just shut down too. They were just like, no.
They felt it. They had turned off the TV.
No, they knew. They knew too. They were like, yeah, they turned off their own TVs in their heads. And you can't allow them to do that at halftime. You can't allow them to do that. Just give them something to fight for. I'm not going to judge the guy off one game at in Lincoln. Oklahoma's coming in. They're number 6. Oklahoma's a good team, obviously. Yeah. They're number 6 in the nation.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to judge the guy off one. If they go the rest of the season, if they have like 8 games left, they go 6-2. I think he stays around as head coach. They're not going to go 6-2 though. Just newsflash, not going to go 6-2. So it's
4-4 if you're lucky.
It was just disappointing, honestly, because I felt like that. If anything, that's where you rally and make it a close game at least, right? They should have won that. Like the Vegas spread was 10.5 points. Okay, so and they lost by 35. So
yeah,
that tells you anything. You can't. You got to keep it closer than that. It's just disconcerting. Is all.
The final of the Buffalo-Tennessee game, 41-7, Buffalo.
Well, the thing about it, you know what Buffalo's gonna do.
So now the
Von Miller,
you know what Buffalo's gonna do.
Yes, he did.
They're gonna stack the front. They're gonna 7-man front coming at you.
Von Miller juicing like a motherfucker. I will dare Tannehill to throw the football too.
Derrick Henry must now call Von Miller daddy. I watched that game. Von Miller stuffed his ass
juicing
multiple times.
Guys,
Von Miller.
You see how big that dude is? He's huge. For 33.
If the Bills make it to the Super Bowl, which is a possibility, if the Bills make it to the Super Bowl, Von Miller will be a huge reason why.
Duh.
And that's the only
reason.
And that's the only team I can see that can give Kansas City any type of problems is Buffalo.
Right
now, Josh Allen is the MVP. Yeah, I'm gonna overreact.
He in the lead for it, that's for sure. He in the lead for it, that's for sure.
Just like I did last week, barring injury, Josh Allen's gonna win the MVP.
Right now, yeah, Josh Allen is in the clear lead for it.
In the lead for it, yeah.
All right, let's roll.
7 in the stretch, guys.
Hey,
let's go.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Go ahead now.
I want to be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints.
Big thank you at the start of 7th inning stretch to our sponsor, Gunslinger Soap. Gunslinger Soap is handmade soaps and beard products made without all of the junk to pamper your skin. You can go to their website, gunslingersoap.com, and sign up to get 15% off of your first order and always free shipping. It's gunslingersoap.com. we saw today announced, I wanted to talk about this first because this is actually very interesting to me. So the Detroit Tigers have hired San Francisco Giants GM Scott Harris as president of baseball operations. Scott Harris is the reason the Giants won 107 games last year. If anybody and the Giants were one of those teams that played Moneyball, but they spent a little bit more than you would think. And so if he can just take that mentality to Detroit with it, I'll say 3 years. I'll give him 3 years to recover because they've gotten rid of a lot of big pieces. 3 years, that is a wild card team.
They need Javier Baez to remember that he's playing Major League Baseball.
That would help. See if they can keep Miggy around as long as humanly possible.
Spencer Torkelson's a good young player.
It's that there are decent pieces on that roster. Like legitimately, they're all young. It's some young guys that need to come into their own, and that's why I'm saying 3 years, because we'll start to see some of these guys like Torkelson will take a step ahead next year. Javi Baez will take a step up next year as well. And they will look interesting until the break. They'll fall off, but they'll at least be more competitive this year than last year, or they'll be more competitive next year than they were this year, and they'll just kind of step it up until they start to push for the division and grab a wild card.
Hey, can I just real quick, Seven? I'm not trying to step on your toes, but what I am going to say is you lead off the 7th inning stretch. It's about baseball, right? The 7th innings. This whole segment's about baseball.
Yes.
You lead off the 7th inning stretch. Only a Boston fan would do this. You lead off the 7th inning stretch, a baseball segment with the fucking Detroit Tigers GM hire, and you leave out 59 home runs just out of the original off the break.
I talked about that for 30 minutes last night.
That's what we're doing. Meetings. I don't give a fuck. Hey, we need to be talking about it. Exactly. We're leaving out 59 right now. I'm not. This has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a New York Yankees fan. It really doesn't.
Really?
It doesn't. Really? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. What's the biggest story? What's the biggest story in baseball right now? What's the biggest story in baseball right now?
The Dodgers.
Are you fucking kidding me? No. Wrong answer, Josie. Wrong answer. What is the biggest story in baseball right now?
Shohei Ohtani.
Oh my God! What is the biggest story in baseball right now? What's the biggest story in baseball right now?
The NL East race.
Jesus fucking Christ! I can't believe you three at this point. I really can't. It's so much about.
Talked about it.
It's who fucking cares? We're gonna talk about it again because it needs to be talked about.
What?
This motherfucker's about to pass Roger Maris, bro.
He's already talked about it.
You talked about it last night on a different show.
We didn't talk about it last week.
You talked about it last night on a different show. Well, you didn't talk about 59.
We didn't talk about last. We didn't talk about last week because that just happened. What was it? Friday?
Because it was 56
Friday,
last week.
But we talked about 57.
It was 57 last week. Sorry.
I asked you, was he going to hit for the record? And you said yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm just saying that needs to lead the fucking segment. It's a baseball segment. He is leading the fucking AL by 28 home runs right now.
Yes, he is.
He's having one of the greatest offensive seasons that's ever, and he's about to pass Roger Maris as the AL all-time home run king. And we lead with the Detroit Tigers GM.
The reason that the Yankees are going to win the American League East is solely because of Aaron fucking Judge.
That's true.
That is legitimate.
How you doing?
He is hands down. He's hands down the MVP because he is the most valuable player on that roster. Clearly, if they don't have him, if they don't have him, they're the Red Sox. Count it. But
no, no, and that's the thing is you're right. And this is why I can't give the MVP to Shohei. I have to give it to Judge. And that pains me to say as a Red Sox fan. And yes, I didn't lead with the story because he's a Yankee. Because guess what? Fuck the Yankees. But since we're going to talk about it, yes,
we have
59 home runs for Aaron Judge. He had two. Yep. What was it? Was it Saturday or was it Friday? I think it was Friday.
Saturday. It was the last game they played. Yeah.
Okay. So Saturday. Yeah. Saturday. He hit 2 home runs. He is at 59, 2 away from tying Roger Maris's record.
Does postseason count for this, or does he have to do it
No,
before?
this is regular season. So he's got like 10 games. What is it, like 10, 12 games left, something like that?
I think it's actually more than that.
Maybe like 16.
Yeah, it's up there.
I like 16 games left.
If he stays on pace.
If we're talking numbers, though, we got to talk about Pujols with 698 as well.
We'll get there. Hold on. I'll say he's pacing right now for 64. If I remember correctly, he's pacing right now for 60.
Nobody cares.
So, yep. See, that's what I'm talking about. Just
kudos
unmitigated.
Kudos to Aaron Judge carrying the Yankees.
So much bias.
Yup, the fake.
If George Steinbrenner were alive, he would jerk you off happily.
You know that not only is he about to break the all-time AL home run record, he's 1,000th of a point shy of the fucking Triple Crown right now. Just so you guys know, if he goes AL record 65 home runs and wins the Triple Crown, that might be the greatest offensive season in the history of baseball. In the long, illustrious history of baseball, that's the greatest offensive season of all time. He is hitting 316 right now.
That's impressive.
And is about
impressive.
to. Luis Ariz is hitting 317 and leading the AL. This could happen, guys. This could absolutely happen. Aaron Judge is fucking hotter than bacon grease right now, dude. I watch every one of these games. Dude,
it's ridiculous.
You cannot pitch to him. You either walk him or he gets a fucking hit. That's what's going on right now. He's hitting 500 in his last 12 games or something like that.
Aaron Judge is getting into that playoff heat in exactly the right time. Yeah. This is what the Yankees need from him. Is Matt Carpenter back yet?
No, we don't have next. No, we don't have Carp. Okay. We got Giancarlo who's up there. Just God, he looks uncomfortable. He swings at the weirdest pitches. We just got Rizzo back off an epidural, which is weird because he had back pain.
Did y'all clinch yet, dude?
What's that? No, I don't think so. They can like lose the last. I mean, they gotta do real bad to lose. I mean, they're still gonna be a wild card team if they really choke it down, but they're not going to. They're up by like 6.5 games, so they're gonna win the AL East. It's gonna be Houston and New York's gonna be the two that get the first round bye. So, but yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Okay. Oh, wait.
59 homers, 127 RBIs.
Okay, so they just updated Matt Carpenter today, or they updated on Saturday and said that Matt Carpenter has yet to be cleared for baseball activities.
By the playoffs, though, he should be.
Boone said he's still not sure if he even has a chance to return this season.
Yeah, he's the biggest question mark. A lot of their pitching. Severino is coming back.
Yeah.
Aroldis Chapman will be back. He's kind of in and out. As long as they can get
too worried about Aroldis Chapman at this point.
Honestly, I don't know if I want Aroldis Chapman back in that bullpen, to tell you the truth. Seriously, he's a roller coaster.
See, Nina cares about the Tigers, Dan.
She says
Nina
her
cares
Tigers
about
need
the Tigers.
help, fellas. That's what she said. She says her Tigers need help.
In other news, the city of Detroit has officially given up.
Why do you do that? Damn. Why are you doing that to the Tigers?
Fucking Tigers GM leads off the fucking segment. No, fucking believable.
I really just wanted to piss you off, and it worked perfectly. I'm very happy with the results of this.
I'm fucking pretty triggered. I'm pretty fucking triggered.
As Josie mentioned, Albert Pujols is at 698 home runs, so just 2 away, with about 3 weeks left in the season to
postseason does count for him, right? So
Josie's favorite player, Albert Pujols.
That's just so disrespectful.
Just so disrespectful.
So disrespectful, Dan. So disrespectful.
But it's he's gonna get it. At this point, I don't think there's any surprise.
He is having such a great season. I love seeing it.
Did anybody see this coming?
It makes you not want to think.
I think he was saving a little bit. I think he was saving a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he was saving a little bit for
the Cardinals.
For he was saving a little bit for one last trip around the sun with the Cardinals.
It's fucking unbelievable, dude.
Get America.
Just getting
America.
triggered.
Get America. Get him. Get him. Thank you.
Somebody's got
Erica.
to tell him. I just can't wait
appreciate
till we finally talk her into coming onto the show and teaching us about college football because
Boomer
she will
Boomer
fucking school
sooner.
all of us.
Boomer sooner, I'll say it.
Gotcha.
But it's gonna happen. But I think he sat in a little in the tank to get one last try.
I did not expect.
Think about the
expect
story
it.
with this.
Juicing.
You've got Pujols, Wainwright, and Yachty that are all three riding off in the sunset together this year after this season. They're all done. And you
Erica,
have all
I'm not even
three
gonna
of them.
She is going in on you, Dan.
Erica, I'm not even gonna warrant that with a response. Rebuilding. The Sooners rebuild now, do they?
Hey,
You guys
Erica,
rebuild.
Erica,
Interesting.
if you want to come on the show and get him right now, I
Number
will
6
send you the link.
Number
she
6
got
in the
a
country.
link.
She's got a link.
Come on,
But-
get him.
Number 6 in the country is rebuilding, apparently.
But you know, this is the most historic end to a career. This is the most storybook ending to a career that you could have for players. These three guys that have played together, you know, they came up together, spent their whole years in the majors, mostly on the same team. Albert dipped out for a little while, but he was just going to spend time in LA with all the hot girls in bikinis. He just wanted to have some fun.
Can't blame him.
And then he went back home, and now they're going to finish it out right off into the sunset.
Yes.
Maybe we see them in the NLCS. You never know.
That's unfair to Albert. I feel like Albert feels like a family man. That's unfair to Albert.
Hey, family men love to see women in bikinis too, man. Be respectful.
Exactly.
Also, Erica,
Don't be
isn't
judgmental.
Isn't Britton Venables just like the best looking guy? Like he's a silver fox.
Oh,
He
He's trying
is.
to change the subject.
See that
He's trying to
motherfucker?
change the subject.
He is trying to change
That's
the
what Dan's trying to do. That's what
He's
Dan's
being a
trying to
dick.
do.
I'm just responding to our fans, okay? You guys fucking fuck off.
Quick
Britton
score
Venables.
updates. Dodgers are up on the Diamondbacks 1-0 in the bottom of the third. And the Rockies are up on the Giants 6-5 in the bottom of the sixth. Don't forget, you can join Dan and I Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, Sports Report After Dark. And you can join me for an entire hour of baseball on Sunday nights at 9 Eastern with the winter meetings.
Where he'll not lead off with Aaron Judge and his 59 home runs.
Ever. I will
All right,
never
guys.
lead off. Aaron
Won't
Judge could
happen.
be hitting 100 home runs, and it is still not going to be my lead.
He's gonna get to
Just
73, and
fucking
we're gonna lead off. He's gonna hit 73, and we're gonna lead off with the fucking Los Angeles Angels, and they're eliminated from playoff contention or something.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and move into Fight Night. Round 1. Fight.
It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hit me down. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
I wasn't made aware of this segment in the production meeting.
Josie, you need to stop putting
That's because
people.
you didn't come to the production meeting.
Josie, you need to
I
stop putting
wasn't
people in the
aware of any
sharpshooter.
production meeting.
You need to stop putting people in the sharpshooter, man. You need to stop that.
The sharpshooter.
First, the big thing I wanted to start off with is WWE Board of Directors member, the CEO of Barstool Entertainment, Erica Nardine, is stepping down from the WWE board. I can see this having some big effect on WWE and product. She's been on the board for quite a while. So
Is she like one of the original members or close to?
no, I don't think it's been that long.
Or close to?
Hang on.
I thought we were talking about.
I know she's been there for a minute.
10 years.
Yeah, she's been there for a minute.
I thought Fight Night was
No.
going to be about real sports.
2020. No, 2020. But
2020,
she
okay.
served on committees before then.
Okay. I know I've heard that name tossed
even-
around before.
Even a sticker.
AEW or WWE hasn't made any comments on it, or to the reasons of why. But
Is that what we replaced my NBA segment with?
we're
Just
not
now?
replacing your segment. Shut the
God
fuck
damn
up.
it, Josie. Jesus Christ.
Yes,
Jesus
Dan, that's what we're
Christ.
replacing your segment with.
It's fucking great. I must have been doing a real shitty job.
Yes,
You know
you
what,
were.
Dan? You're just
We are not
replaced.
replacing your
Period.
segment, sir. Calm it down. We are not replacing your segment. Just calm
What?
it down.
God?
Yes, that's exactly who it
That's
is.
exactly who it is.
Yes.
You do look like Morgan Freeman.
We don't give
like
a
Morgan
damn.
You look like Morgan Freeman. Ever since I was a little boy.
The
don't want you.
other big news I
We
wanted
just
to
want the money.
discuss is on this past week we saw the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman, return to the WWE. This was something that Mr. Morgan called.
Yeah,
He
I kinda
did. He
figured it was
called
gonna
this.
happen. Yeah.
You also got Aleister Black first addressing his request for release from AEW for mental
That's a
health issues.
shame, though.
Yeah,
It kind of bothers me because he's too talented to be
He
bounced
is.
around. He's too talented.
Yeah.
well, and I'm in reading his statement. It sounds like if he were to come back, he would come back to WWE. That he wants, or AEW, he wants to finish that. He's not in the right mental space right now,
Right.
which everyone here can understand that.
Yes.
So, he's had a lot go on. It sounds like there's been some issues between him and Zelina, and
Felt like the Lions. They would. Give him that.
and so you got to respect the man for stepping away and doing what he needed to do.
And me and Seven talked about it in the past before that with men, mental health, maybe it's very, very important to make sure your mental health is where it needs to be because it affects you in so many different ways.
Oh, yeah.
And to admit you have a problem shows a great sign of strength. So
On that
hopefully
note,
he'll get where he needs to be.
Thursday nights at 10 Eastern, Sports Report After Dark. Me and
Yeah.
Tony talk about the personal side of issues,
Yes.
especially
Yes.
with the brain and sports.
Yeah.
My final bit of news as far as wrestling and fighting goes is it looks like we're getting a Jake Paul match again, which why are people excited? I don't understand these anymore, but
Who was it with?
But you did
Josie?
make a point. You did make a point, though. This is over in Saudi. So
the Logan, yes. I was thinking that I was talking about Jake Paul just signed a match.
Okay.
Who is it? It's
With somebody
Nate Diaz.
there you go, dude.
Yeah.
Is it really
Yeah.
a boxing match?
Yes.
Yeah.
wow.
Oh god, I was gonna say because
Wow.
dude, Nate, I still think Nate Diaz is gonna fuck him up.
Oh yeah, don't forget too.
Nate Diaz is a bad motherfucker.
Don't forget.
Dude.
And don't forget, I do believe, if memory serves me correctly, Le'Veon Bell defeated Adrian Peterson in his boxing match too.
Yes, they did. Yeah,
That was a couple weeks ago.
If Jake Paul beats Nate Diaz, even in a boxing match, Nate Diaz would dominate Jake Paul in an actual UFC fight. But
Right.
if he beats Nate Diaz even in a boxing match, I'll start taking Jake Paul seriously. I think I already kind of do.
I do.
I kind of already
to be
do.
honest,
but-
and I think we've had this discussion on the show before. Is they did it the right way, both him and Logan, and this is going to lead into Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns in the Saudi show next month.
Good damn well he gonna win.
Which for the Saudi show makes total fucking sense because Logan Paul is one of the biggest names in the world right now. Roman is a huge name in the wrestling world, and that's what the Saudi people want to see. There are some people thinking that he's going to drop the title to Logan in Saudi. I don't see that happening.
No.
From what I am hearing, they're actually having some trouble on figuring out how to get the title off of Roman.
So Roman will reign as champion.
You do it, hey Josie. I've been thinking you do a 3-man elimination where he's just not the one pinned.
I think you need to have him split the belt. Like the only way is say he's going to defend one, lose it. I don't see another way. But still, that's going to hurt him in the long run.
No matter what way you do it, it hurts.
But if you want to hear more of this and talk more fight, wrestling, UFC, boxing, everything, combat sports wise, make sure you tune in tomorrow night, Tuesday, 10 Eastern, where we will talk all things wrestling and combat sports. We'll be breaking down all these topics and more. And we'll also be discussing the PWI Top 500.
Round 1. Fight.
Hadouken!
In which Kenny Omega is number 1 this year.
I'm sick of him. How the hell you? I'll save it
Also on Thursday, me and Sever are going to talk about Major League Baseball, the NBA, and real world Los Angeles.
I'll save it for tomorrow. Josie, you serious? Because I haven't seen it. You serious?
Yeah, I think that's the list I sent you.
Yeah.
Not even a snicker.
I'll save it for tomorrow.
Tough crowd. I thought it was funny.
I'm gonna go in.
Yeah, thanks, Seven.
I laughed.
Whatever, Josie.
I'm gonna go in.
Fucking take you can't. That shit.
I'm gonna go out on Kenny. I hate to do it, but
yeah, it's Kenny.
Oh hell,
Kenny.
No.
Goddamn
Kenny,
you bastard! But I gotta go. Back.
No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It's Roman.
Okay.
So real quick, top 5: Roman, Kazuchika, CM, Adam Page, Bobby Lashley. I don't agree with Bobby.
I don't agree with Bobby either.
But we'll talk about that more tomorrow on the fight night. Make sure you tune in for that. Because I got a lot to say about this.
I ain't hate nobody. Hey, for everybody get on me, I ain't hate nobody, but I just don't think he's top 5. Top 10, okay, but top 5, no.
Josie, I sent out your cards, by the way.
Hell yeah!
All right,
hey, hang on real quick. Well, we're going to discuss this on air. No, I'm just kidding. Do you live in an apartment, Josie?
Yes.
Okay. It's probably not going to make it to you then, just so you know. I didn't put.
I sent the cards.
You didn't send me an apartment number.
I sent the cards,
I swear
but
I gave you in. It's letter N.
Oh boy.
I sent that.
It's all right. It's gonna get sent. It'll get sent back. I'll send it back out.
Return. He'll send it back out. Yeah.
It's all right.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on to our NBA segment.
I got it.
Okay. In my Jesus Coon voice,
let's go ahead and bring up the hardwood with Dan the Dick. Let's go.
The hardwood with Dick. I like it. I like it. We're definitely gonna have to change the name of that though. I can't really. How am I gonna market that? It's just unmarketable. You can't parental advisory.
Oh no, X and XX might be able to use you.
You can't like. Well, they have used me, Will. No, like I I was just disappointed because Pornhub didn't call. Because if you're gonna do something, you want to do it with the best.
Yes.
You want to do the best.
Yeah, I did get an OnlyFans request for you this week.
An OnlyFans request from what do you mean?
Somebody requested that you set up an
OnlyFans. Dude.
Oh, really? Yeah. You guys would not enjoy that at all. There'd be a lot of food involved. It would just be a mess. No. Okay. We're on the NBA now. Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay. I'm shaken by the OnlyFans request. Whoever made that, thank you. I guess the question mark behind it.
Cakes.
That joke just went way over his
chocolate
head.
Pies, shakes, bacon. Oh my goodness.
I don't understand. It was. I'm so confused.
He was fucking with you.
Oh, I know. I know. I'm aware now. I just I'm a little bit gullible, so it's
cakes and chocolate pies, baby.
I was really flattered there for a second, Josie. I was kind of disappointed now. My OnlyFans would just. I'm not even gonna go
It's
there.
gonna be Dan with nothing but fans.
It would. Yeah, I was about to go there, and I'm not going to.
It's gonna be
I'll save that
Dan
for
with
after
nothing
dark.
but fans. I swear it is. Oh, it's gonna be Dan with a bunch of those old Windows fans from back in the day.
Absolutely, yes, just fans. Yeah, actual fans. There'll be box fans. I'm gonna get like one of those big gym ones, like the big gym, like the 4 feet tall gym ones, and just run it in the background. That's all it is. It's just the sound of fans.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That's all it is. I just throw stuff into them and then just flies out like confetti and shit. Anyway,
I mean, there's so many people like they need to have the sound of a fan to fall asleep, but they get too cold, so they could subscribe to your OnlyFans, just play
I was
those
going to
videos
say,
all night.
that'd be some
And
great
they have-
ASMR.
Yes.
that's
There you
all
go.
I
You get
do.
you, yeah.
And I like
Yes,
cut
that'd
out
be
like
great.
designs that are like, they're supposed to be like soothing and stuff, like waves. And that's all I do across the camera the whole time is like waves and things like that, and just play fan noises.
You
I
imagine?
feel like it's the best
you
OnlyFans ever.
You imagine how ASMR?
I could see that blowing up on TikTok.
That would be
I could
huge.
Blowing
on-
up?
Yeah.
That would
Blowing
be
up?
huge.
Really?
That'd be huge on YouTube too. That'd be huge on YouTube. That'd be huge on YouTube. You'll be monetized in a second.
Bam.
Bam.
Just like that. Sleep.
Just
I mean,
like
people love sleep noises. Anyway, Dennis Schroeder. Let's just move it to the German guy. Dennis Schroeder, second stint with the Los Angeles Lakers, signed this last week. He was not especially successful the first time around, so let's try it out again because we're the Lakers and fuck it. That should just be their logo. Like when you walk in, it should just be like, because we're the Lakers. Fuck it. It just says fuck it in quotes. Fuck it. Just fuck it. I mean, like what? How can we make it?
Bobby,
How can we just
fuck
make
it.
it even
Bobby.
weirder? How can we make it even weirder? They're just like this next week. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the world beef or the peace meta world peace signing. Like we just bring our Arquette back.
Can we talk about the bigger elephant in the room? How you coming to the team making $82 million less than what you were supposed to sign for back then? You remember he got that big, huge deal that he didn't sign?
Yeah, because he bet on himself and lost.
And
We see a lot of guys
Huge.
bet on themselves and win. And there's a lot of them that bet on themselves and lose.
And
Dennis Schroeder-
After this year, that will be called pulling a Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
He's gonna lose too.
That's rough.
I don't know. He's playing pretty good so far.
It doesn't really matter how well he plays at this point because he just turned it. I mean, he's another year older. Who's going to give him any kind
He's
of deal
auditioning
after
for
this?
other. He's basically auditioning for other teams.
Somebody else might. You're right.
I've never seen Baltimore get, and I could be wrong, but I've never seen, even with Suggs, Lewis, I've never seen them give a guaranteed contract. I've never seen it from them.
They don't make big deals, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Most teams have a number and they stick to that number unless you're just that. And even then, they don't want to do it.
They have a fiscally responsible number. It's a business to them. So it's a business to them.
Right.
They can't just do what the Kansas City Chiefs did and just go off the, because you have some transcendent star. Like he's just not that transcendent.
Right.
They're not going to break their rules for him. It's just not
Hey,
it.
again, like you said, they did that with Pat right off of his rookie deal, and like
And
they
understand
made it
too.
where they built their organization around him for the next 10 years.
And understand this too. It was very contract friendly for him to sign that deal. It's a 10-year deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot-
It's
a lot
not
of-
like, but basketball.
Yeah, basketball. Dennis Schroeder. The Lakers are a fucking dumpster fire. Check. Let's moving on. No.
The thing with the Lakers though, that sort of kind of get me is the fact that they're gonna do this. And I've looked on Facebook, despite the fact that Dennis Schroeder missed out on those millions, there's still some delusional Laker fans out there. Oh, we gonna do it now. We gonna do it. This is gonna help us win it all.
I think they'll make the playoffs.
Stop it.
I think they'll definitely make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they make the playoffs, but they're not gonna go any further.
Here, I'll make this bold prediction. If Anthony Davis stays healthy, and that's a gigantic question mark. If you guys
If
street clothes, we literally call him street clothes. So
Yep.
he
Eli Apple burnt toast, Anthony Davis street clothes.
street clothes. If Anthony Davis is healthy and is 80% of what he was in New Orleans last year, or 80% of what he was in 2020, then they can make a Western Conference Finals. I can see that happening, but LeBron James is going to take everything in that tank and wear it out. He ain't going to be playing with his Suns if they make the Western Conference Finals, because he's literally going to have to play 42 minutes a game at age 38. He's going to have to be that. He's going to have to be that guy. Not. It's not.
And you think he does it, this is his last year?
No. He'll play. Dude, I've said for a long time, LeBron's going to play till he's probably 44, 45, like not a joke. And he'll just be out there like Katino Mobley or Lovie Smith, just with that straight like gray beard, just backing people down and just scoring 20 a game, just playing straight gangster ball is what LeBron's going to do. And he's going to be playing with his sons. His son, like Bronny will just be like in his fourth year of the NBA, and LeBron will still be his teammate. For real, he's gonna play forever. He's gonna lead the NBA in scoring by like 8,000 points. He's gonna pull a Jerry Rice and just have like the horseshoe cornrows and everything. Like just play for way too long.
Did you see the video where AD was playing the new NBA 2K game online and immediately got hurt as himself? I was like, God damn it.
Did you see his seven? Did you see his face? Did you see his face? That was hilarious. He looked
like he couldn't help but just be like, are you fucking serious? This has to happen right now. It's like
hurt.
Matt Ryan and that ball that for his 60,000th passing yard that went to Canton was number 283.
Oh, God, yeah, I saw that.
Like, sometimes some of these guys are just never going to be able to get away from that shit. Like, it's just done.
It just follows you. And at some point, it's starting to become like, it has to be part of Anthony Davis's like psyche at this point. Like, he has to.
How can it not?
He has to think about it. And then, but the thing is, like, dude, be a little tougher, honestly. Like, there's guys who have it. Here's my question to you guys. We talk about it all the time. Guys get paid, they quit. Did Anthony Davis just get paid and quit? Did he just do it? Is that what he did? Honestly.
I think so.
He just stopped trying. I don't think
it's hard,
but it's like you said, Dan. He can get by with just giving 70-80% of what he did to get the contract.
Here's the thing. Right.
Yeah.
For me, the thing of it is, like, I won't say that that's what happened, because some of those videos, like when you see where he got injured, there are some of these things that like look like, okay, no, that fucking hurt. Like that's legit. But at the same time, how many of these injuries has his recovery taken longer than it was supposed to?
Almost all of them.
Facts.
And that's where, for me, it's like, that's why I can't say either way. You know, I understand that everybody recovers differently, but at the same time, it's like every single time.
Here's the weird thing about. Yeah, right. I know exactly what you're saying. Here's the weird thing about the NBA. Like in the NFL, if you get a big deal and you quit, your career's done after that, right? You got what, 2 years, and your career is pretty much done. We saw it with Le'Veon Bell. We saw it with a lot of guys
Williams too,
who have and it ends up ending their career and they don't play anymore. Correct?
Yep.
In the NBA, it's a little different because it's not as much of a contact sport. There's obviously contact, but it's not near as difficult a sport on your body as far as like, you know, beatings and head injuries and things like that go. So these guys can hang around for 6, 8, 10 years after they've officially given up. After they've officially given up on the whole thing.
Oh, Barkley did it.
I was going to say Barkley did
it. His entire time in Houston. His entire time in Houston.
With the NFL guys, dude, they can just like they have to be done, because if you go out there 80% on an NFL field, you're going to get hurt even worse, and you're going to have to actually quit. On an NBA court, dude, you can do that for 6 to 8 to 10 years. You can just hang out and like kind of play 80% and like not really work that hard, and like you actually just become a worse player, and you still play.
Kawhi Leonard been out forever. Just saying.
Kawhi Leonard's doing the same thing. Kawhi Leonard just doesn't even play though. Like why would you not?
Don't even play.
Not work as hard. Like just don't work as hard. Yeah. If you don't want to do that, just don't work as hard.
Yeah.
And just still play. Like just be like 75% of the player you were.
Yeah. I thought I thought the Spurs really fucked up on that deal. I really thought they should have paid him. I thought he was going to be a good one for them, and he is a bust.
The
thing with the
He
Spurs,
had that one run with the Clippers after the Spurs and nothing.
But I mean, he was still at some point. I think he was the best player in the NBA after the Spurs, though.
Mhm.
Like on that Toronto, on that
Mhm.
Toronto team, he was probably the best player in the NBA. So you can't really say you can't say Kawhi Leonard's a bust in any way, shape, or form because that guy's one of the, he is an all-time great at this point. Like I'm not saying he's like in the top 10 or anything like that, but I am saying that he's an all-time great.
He's in the top 75.
He's gonna,
for sure.
Yeah, like so you can't say he's a bust by any means, but per his potential, he had the potential to be a top 10 all NBA.
Yes.
NBA
Oh,
player.
yeah.
That's a better way to say it. I'm
You
sorry.
got people. I mean, you got people saying he's better than Braun back in the day.
There was people saying he's better than LeBron James.
Back in the day.
Yeah, trust me, I've wasted hours of my life on that fucking conversation.
Yeah, there's people. Everybody's gonna try and pull down LeBron. Like it's just at this point, like seriously, who cares?
Have you seen the Facebook memes?
Yeah, okay. I've been wanting to say this, and I'm not trying to start a whole argument about like GOAT and all that, but I've been watching a lot of clips lately on Kobe. Where is Kobe on your list?
Third,
yeah.
You would put him third? Okay.
Yeah.
I totally respect that. Like
5.
He's 3 to 5. You could make an argument for a lot of other guys.
And Kobe would
I ain't forgetting
Kobe
Shaq.
He wouldn't even be in his own top 10. So
because I'm not forgetting what Shaq did.
Okay. Since we're going to talk about that, I actually saw a TikTok today about how Shaq really an elite level all-time player? Because really, what did Shaq really do well other than be a big, strong man?
He was a big, strong man.
If you go,
that's my.
And then correct me if I'm wrong. From 99
he didn't shoot great. He did
from 99 to 2002. Correct me if I'm wrong. From 99 to 2002, that man was at his apex. He was at his peak.
Dude, Shaquille O'Neal is the single most dominant force I've ever seen in an NBA game.
And look how he was a big man of that size, of that strength. Look how he was running up and down the court.
Freak athlete.
Didn't
take particularly good care of himself. He ate chili dogs all motherfucking day in the offseason.
There's a clip out there that Kobe says if they ask him, if Shaq worked as hard as you do, how good would Shaq be? And he says straight up, greatest of all time.
He would have been the single greatest player in NBA history. He didn't work, and he's in the top 10. He didn't work, and he's in the top 10. So, like, as for how he was as a basketball player, he's the most single dominant force about 2001 area, like Will was talking about. That dude, the game was centered around him, and he obviously took advantages from the fact that the game was played that way. But that triangle, you ran that shit through him, dude. Just throw it in the post, and just everything else works off of that. He was either you come over and double him, or it's over. He's gonna back this dude down and dunk it.
I'm still trying to figure out how Elton Campbell be telling us I can't play with Shaq. What the hell? You can't play with Shaq?
Well, other big guys, I can see that. Honestly, I can see other big guys because he's just going to take all the touches.
You take the low. Shaq is going to dominate a low post. We all know that. Eldon, you got the high post, and Eldon had a nice little, and he could shoot a little bit from the mid range. What you had to do?
That's what he had to do. He thought he was going to be like take Shaq's spot, like backing people down. Fuck you talking about? That was Shaq's thing. That was his thing.
But my thought was he wasn't the greatest shooter. He wasn't bad.
Didn't have to be though.
But that really all it was is he was a big.
He didn't have to be though.
Dominant force.
He didn't have to be though.
Like I said, if he'd have put in the work, he'd have been better. Could he have been better than Jordan? Could he have been better than Jordan?
Yes, just off of physical
talent. This off his talent alone. Look how many bigs. The only person that gave him props, gave him problems was Akeem Olajuwon. Everybody else, he dominated from that spot.
If you ask Shaq, anybody who gave him problems, he'll say nobody except Bryant Big Country Reeves. Bryant, seriously,
Akeem
Bryant
gave him
Reed.
props too. Akeem Olajuwon gave him props too. Big Country was his size, was somewhat his size.
That's what it was.
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
He was just like he would just bang with him basically.
Go look at what he did to Patrick Ewing. Look, he made David Robinson look small.
Those Kobe, that three-peat he was the most dominant player. I don't think that's why I can't put Kobe in the top two thing, the tier one with Jordan and LeBron
Shaq.
because he had Shaq. And I think if he didn't have Shaq, I think I'd honestly be like, all right, I put him in there without the championships. Take those fucking the 3 titles away, and I'm probably going to put Kobe closer than I do now because you can't judge those 3 titles. Because Shaq was so fucking dominant, dude. He was so dominant at that time. It's like he almost gets the Pippen kind of thing. Like Kobe almost gets Pippen to me because Jordan was so dominant.
I think that's an accurate description of how it works for that period. It is
for his situation. Like it's just Kobe got fucking kind of fucked with his situation because he had Shaq, and like I think Kobe was resentful of that the whole time. I think that he knew that he was going to get downgraded to a not as good player as he actually was because of Shaquille O'Neal and Shaquille O'Neal's dominance.
Well, I think that's why it was so important for Kobe to get one more ring than Shaq.
Yes. To just show like, hey, I didn't need you. Those second 2 were more important to Kobe Bryant than the first 3 for sure.
Yep.
They were. To Kobe, they were. I can guarantee that.
Props too, because he won one in Miami with D Wade.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck that.
But
fuck that.
there's another clip. There's another clip out there where
do
Kobe
shit like that. Why you doing shit like that, man?
I said it like that because the 3rd best player on that Miami Heat roster in 2006 was fucking Tim Donahue, the referee. That was the 3rd best player on that Miami Heat. This motherfucker went to jail, guys. He went to fucking prison for fixing NBA games. And guess who fucking ref 5 out of the 6 games in the NBA Finals 2006 against Dallas Mavericks and Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki needs a second fucking title to add to that resume because Dwayne Wade would get touched. Dwayne Wade would just get touched, and it was beep because Tim Donahue had fucking money on the game. Every fucking game, it was the most. Go back and watch them. It's outrageous how much both those guys just got calls after call after call. It was ridiculous. And Tim Donahue's the guy behind the whistle, 3rd best player on the team. He wasn't shooting threes; he was shooting bets.
But there's a clip out there where Kobe asked Shaq, "How mad were you when I got number 5?" He's like, "I was pissed. I tore up my house."
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
"I knew."
I will give.
Yeah.
But like I said, I got to give Shaq his props, man, because he had one of the most dominant reigns I have ever seen a player.
There'll never be
have.
another
That
player
was
like
just
him.
sick.
Not
That was
in
just
physical
sick.
size and power.
I mean, as smooth as the dream was, and I'm not gonna sit here and disrespect Akeem Olajuwon. He was an awesome player. He was an awesome player, but Shaq was just so physically dominant. Couldn't nobody at that time period handle him like that.
Shaq
Could
is
you
in a
imagine-
different. Yeah, go ahead. Sam.
That's all different.
I was
leagues.
just saying, could you imagine if he had put in that work and was an average free throw shooter?
Just 65%.
Just
Yeah.
65%.
Well, and
Yeah.
the other thing that this clip said
Like-
that I was watching is actually when it was on the line, Shaq hit.
He hit.
Like when he needed to hit, he'd hit.
Kind of like Dennis Rodman. When Dennis Rodman had to hit him, he hit him.
Mm-hmm.
People also give Shaq a bunch of shit for the free throw shooting. Dude, have you ever? Do you guys know those little balls like you win at Worlds of Fun or whatever, like the little on the basketball shooting game, the little tiny balls? Like we used to call them posies. They're literally about what? Probably a third of the size of a normal basketball. Something like that. Okay, that's what it's like. You ever tried to shoot one of those? Actually do your shot.
That's kind
and
of
shoot one of those?
hard.
That's what it was to Shaquille O'Neal. His hands were so huge. It was like him shooting a posy all the time. So like it's hard to get rotation and shit when you literally put your hand around the ball, and like it's almost impossible. Like it was just if you watch him, he starts to push it. He starts to like push it off his palm, and that was part of the thing is because he had to because his hands were so huge that he couldn't shoot a ball.
It was
But
kind
also,
of it was kind of opposite of Kevin Willis from the Hawks because when Kevin Willis shot the ball, his hands were too small. So
Right.
that gave him issues because his hands were too small. Shaq's were too big.
Too big, yeah. But also you can't like not in Shaq's favor. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a good free throw shooter. Okay, he's an average to I think he's a little bit below average for his career, but he's what Shaq could have been 65, 70%, right? That's what Giannis shoots from the line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Giannis' hands are bigger than anybody who's ever played in the NBA.
Yep.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has the biggest hands of anybody's ever. So you can't just like say that it's just the hand thing, but it definitely was part of it. Like it felt like he was shooting a posy, like a tiny little ball. It's hard to shoot. It's hard to get the correct rotation and shit on it.
And you said that the free throw thing's kind of blown up. I think that is because I'm sorry, even to this day, one of the things I think about every time I see Shaq's face is the Taco Bell neck.
The
commercials.
Right, where he just bricks it.
Yeah, it was all about having taco neck. That's why he was so bad at that fixed his free throws, is because now he had taco neck from eating tacos from Taco Bell.
There hasn't been a better marketer of himself. And a more likable, like his likability rating in those fucking corporate meetings, it must just be through the fucking roof, dude. Like they're like, hey, we could get this guy, we could get this guy or this guy, and it's like we could get Shaq, and everybody will like our commercial. Like fucking everybody will like it. Like he's the gentle giant, is what it is. He's like the epitome of the gentle giant.
And he spends so much money back into communities. Yes. We'll just walk into a Best Buy and buy everybody what they want. Donates money to schools and stuff whenever he finds out there's a need. Like
donates
he's just
from Papa John's all the time.
Dude, he is
legitimately good dude. Yeah,
legitimately good dude. He's the head of Papa John's. He sits chair on Papa John's Corporation after Papa John, the actual guy, got let go.
And have y'all noticed that they're officially not the pizza sponsor at the NFL this year?
They lost that too. Yep.
Little Caesars.
Well, no,
Caesars is now.
Yeah, it's Little Caesars now, but wasn't it Pizza Hut before?
Pizza.
No, it was Papa John's. It was Papa John's.
Papa John's had
was it Papa John's? Okay.
Up until last year.
Pizza.
Yes.
But I mean, good for Little Caesars. I mean, you can do a lot worse paying $6 for a pizza.
Hell yeah.
You really can. And if you
keep it hot,
if you really do get one of their hot and fresh,
why don't you keep it hot?
I would say it's a hard 7 pizza out of 10.
As long as you keep it hot. The minute that thing get cold, it's done.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be truly hot and fresh. But
if you go into their app and put in an order ahead of time and then go pick it up out of their like fucking machine thing that's in their lobby, it's always a fresh pizza.
Yep.
Man.
So that's what I do. Like if we go to Little Caesars, like 30 minutes before I'm gonna go get it, I'll put it in with a 30-minute pickup time. Walk in, get my pizzas, walk out. I don't have to deal with all the crackheads standing there in line.
Great.
Great. Yeah. Perfect way to do pizza.
I worked at Little Caesars for a small stint.
Little Caesars is the official pizza from crackheads everywhere.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's
absolutely
cheap. It's cheap.
They took one
crackhead. That's just
one crackhead sucks off the member of a person walking by for $7, and then all 5 crackheads can share the pizza, and they just take turns so that you're only having to suck like one member a week, and everybody's happy.
Here's my question, Seven. Is it more shameful to be the crackhead who sucks the person off, or is it more shameful to be the person who gets sucked off by the crackhead?
That's why they do it in rotation, so everybody's equally shameful. Because
I think it's all of them rotating. Like it's just them sucking off each other around it for $7. Like they're just using the same $7.
Yeah.
That's a promo clip, guys. Let's cut that out. We'll use that as a sports report.
Before we wrap up on the NBA, I did want to take a second and make sure that we do congratulations to the Las Vegas Aces for winning the WNBA Finals 3-1. Becky Hammond gets her first championship for the Aces in that franchise. They can keep it going. They've got a lot of talent on that team.
They got a nice little squad too.
I'd like to take a survey of how many of our female viewers actually watch the WNBA Finals.
I actually had somebody hit me up and ask me if we were going to mention it tonight, and I said I would make sure I did. Okay. Legitimately. That's insane because we don't get a lot of call for it, so that's why we don't talk about it very much. But if somebody requested it, absolutely.
I
wish we could just make a couple of changes.
That Do you okay? Just real quick, is lowering the rim is that a shot? I don't think that's a shot at
I don't think
women's
so either. No,
Depends who you talk to, because a lot of those ladies got
If you
pride,
talk-
man.
if you
Depends who
talk
you talk
to
to.
if you talk to the olders who grew
No.
up with, yes,
They're going to say no.
They say no. But if you talk to the newer generation coming up, if they started that now, it wouldn't be an issue.
How about go ahead?
Here's the thing, and you have there are so many people that when you throw out the suggestion of lowering the rim from 10 feet to 9, they think that it's meant to be that somehow
Degrading.
you're not good enough, or that it's a degrading move. No, here's the thing: what makes NBA so fun to watch is the speed of the game and the dunks. People like seeing dunks. You have 3 players across the entire WNBA league that can dunk right now.
Sometimes
it's sometimes on a fast break. Like, it's not meant to be a disrespectful thing. It's meant to ramp up the entertainment value of the game so that we can sell more tickets, and Brittany Griner doesn't have to go overseas to get paid more so that she can play in the WNBA.
Exactly.
It's not meant to be a disrespect. There's people that are like, when you instantly talk about that, like, oh no, that's just meant to be to me. No. Here's the thing. Equality is important. Equity is the other piece of that. And that is where you are bringing things into balance for those that need it. Women genetically don't end up as tall as men.
I was just going to say that.
It is not meant to be anything disrespectful. It is not a slight at what women can do. What it is simple. This is the way it's happened. Now, women are getting taller. There are more tall women now than there used to be, and so things may change. But how many of those women are going to want to play basketball, especially in this modern era where you can literally do whatever you want? Sports, part of the reasons why sports ratings are dropping is interest in sports is dropping because there's so many more things to do now. It's not the only option to watch. Yeah. And so we have to revamp the game to make it more watchable. And then we can sell it to advertisers and get these girls paid, which is the goal.
Yes. Yes.
That's the goal. We would
Seven, I'm glad you mentioned
pay them the same that NBA players make, but the entertainment value of the product isn't there. This is how we build that entertainment value so that they can make that same fucking money.
In a generation, like you said, Seven, they're about to bring back slam ball because people love to see that spectacular dunk.
It's exactly. Chicks dig the long ball. It's exactly the same thing. Chicks dig the dunks.
Yeah.
It is not meant to be anything disrespectful to women or slighting the athletic ability. Basketball is better with dunks and fast breaks in the speed that comes from that game. Now, women can the speed and the finesse. It's really already there for a lot of WNBA teams. If you actually sit down and watch a fucking game, it's there.
Well, we've talked about it too, Seven, that if they were to allow dunking with the way that girls are taught to play the game and how they are, most women basketball players are far better ball handlers than men because they have to be.
Well, and here's the thing. A lot of women's programs in high school and early college.
I disagree with that too.
A lot of women's programs in through high school and even some into early college, you are not allowed to shoot a 3 unless you have proven yourself to be able to shoot behind the arch. You have to earn it, or if you shoot a 3 and you're not one of those that's normally allowed to do it, you're going to get pulled. They don't want that stuff to happen. And they are taught differently and more about ball handling, getting into the post, getting the closer shots because the rim is higher compared to their height. It's not all of it, but it is a foundation of where they start.
Just go factually, Seven, like you said. Just go factually with the height.
And here's the thing. Here's the solution to how you make the 9-foot rim work without screwing over all of the women that are professionals right now.
You started in high school.
Exactly. You drop the rim in high school now for women's games by 1 foot. That way they are learning at a 9-foot height.
Yes.
And then you switch it to college as these women go into the college level. And then when they move into the WNBA, drop it down.
And correct me if I'm wrong, they already play with a smaller ball. They already play with a smaller ball, right?
Yeah.
They do.
And how is that not?
How is it any different? How is it any different?
It's
exactly. You get a lighter, smaller ball, and it's a noticeable difference. Like if you
It is.
if you go to the store
I
and look
played
at
with a
ball versus men's
WNBA ball. It's way different.
How about like average height of men in the United States to women, 5'9" to 5'4"? Worldwide, it's about the same 5-inch difference. Okay, so like naturally, they're just 5 inches shorter on average than men are. So at least 5 inches. That's right there. If you're just naturally shorter
drop it that
as humans,
it's
half a foot.
Yeah. What is the? Yeah. What is
to round it off 6 inches? Women love 6 inches.
Also, arm length though, that's going to be shorter too, right? I mean, arm length are going to be shorter, so you can go the whole foot, and that's not even like that's just statistically.
Yeah. We've had this discussion on this show multiple times, and I 100% agree.
I gotta disagree with the ball handling statement, though. I gotta disagree with that. Ain't no woman. The UTEP two-step by Tim Hardaway was the basis for a lot of this stuff with these NBA players. Him, AI. You go back and look at Kyrie. There's so many great male ball handlers out there.
Let's say it like
no woman roll with that.
Go ahead, Dan.
Let's say it like this, Will. There are women in the WNBA who can handle the ball better than the NBA players, correct?
That's what I meant.
On average, yeah, okay. On average, no. That's not the case. If you go NBA player to WNBA player, it's probably about the same, honestly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's probably about the same amount like that can handle the ball.
I was going to
exceptionally.
Diana Taurasi, look, Diana Taurasi of the Phoenix Mercury spent time with Devin Booker, helped him work on ball handling, and helped him work on shooting.
Yeah.
So it is not, yes, your best in the NBA ball players have better ball handling than the best in the WNBA. Whatever. But the game, the women's game is a lot more fundamental than the men's game. There's a lot more finesse to the women's basketball.
Of course, that's true.
If you drop down that hoop, even 6 inches, 6 inches or a foot, something reasonable, work everybody into it, you're going to add the entertainment value to the game. Because guess what?
Yes,
honestly, they are athletes, but as a professional athlete, you are a performer. You are an entertainer. Guess what? The way to make that game more entertaining and make you more money is to drop that rim by 6 inches to a foot. Sorry. It's not meant to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to make you more money and fill your stands.
No, it's not.
Well, it's not disrespectful. It's not disrespectful. No.
It would be an interesting thing to see because you drop that down, and like you said, Seven, with the finesse and the fundamentals that the women's basketball has, I'd be interested to see how good a game could be.
Most likely, Josie, it would just even out like the NBA game does, where there's finesse and there's power and there's dunking. It's the whole package is what we're looking for, correct? Right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we're looking for.
Because honestly, with the WNBA, you get 4 of those 5 in their games. You just don't have the excitement of the dunk.
Because here's the thing. Let's take a look at one of the greatest players in the WNBA right now, Candace Parker.
She's a goat.
Okay. She is stellar. Go into YouTube, search Candace Parker, and just watch. You will learn something about basketball. Okay.
Post player.
The problem, the hard thing about Candace Parker is you're like, well, okay, well, when we look at women playing versus NBA players, Candace Parker needs probably 4 to 6 inches of height and about 20, 25 pounds of muscle to be able to be big enough to compete in the men's game. Because the men's game is a far more physical game than what the women play. Because men naturally are far more physical competitors than women are. women, if you want to see what women competitors are like, watch women's soccer. It is violent. It's like going through the ghetto of Mexico. Like, it is finessey, and you will get stabbed when you don't realize it. I would not play co-ed soccer leagues because those women players scared the hell out of me. Like, it's true.
I've been in a really bad line at Walmart one time. That was pretty bad. It's like a mosh pit.
Walmart and trailer parks, boy.
But it's more about the finesse and the quick striking and stuff like that you don't see in the same fashion with the men's game. They are different games. You drop the hoop down, you add the entertainment value, you make the women's game better and more entertaining. And if you get to the point where you've got an entire league of 6'5" women and you know, working towards 7 foot, you got a 6'8" as a center on the Mercury or whatever. Okay, now we can talk about taking it back up if we need to.
And Brittany Griner can play for Russia's team, which is, I mean,
damn.
No. I hope she comes home soon.
She was the tallest. She was the tallest woman in the NBA. 6'8", and she's 6'8". She's 6'8" or 6'9". The tallest male in the NBA right now is like 7'3". Okay, I think Boban's like 7'5", but that doesn't really count. So like, look at that difference. 6'8", 6'9" to 7'3" is about what? 6 inches?
Mm-hmm.
About exactly the length plus the arms, because you have to factor in the arms out, their reach to the rim. It's about a foot. About a foot.
It's not disrespectful. It's not. This is, you know, trying to get more money, more viewers to the women's game to get these women paid. Brittany Griner should not have to go to Russia to make more money playing women's basketball than what is supposed to be the greatest country in the world.
For sports.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like it's completely unnecessary. It should be completely unnecessary. That should be going to Russia should be for players that need the extra playing time and training, like it is in the NBA.
I agree.
USA's the GOAT of sports of all time in countries. That's about all we're the GOAT of. But yeah, it's a good thing to be the GOAT of.
All right.
It's a good thing to be the GOAT of.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and in the time we have remaining, let's go ahead and talk some NFL football with the huddle. Let's go, guys. Not gonna
All right, wait, real quick, Will, before you dive in to the huddle in this weird week of comebacks that we saw, I did want to talk about Herm Edwards real quick. And the fact that he was let go from the Sun Devils this weekend. I mean, Herm has never been a phenomenal coach. And
what?
Then again,
Yeah. What now?
What?
I mean, where's your evidence? Present evidence.
Just in articles I read. Don't quote me.
He never had a losing season at ASU.
We're gonna quote you because you're saying it.
My only issue with Herm is he's too old school. I think
he didn't evolve correctly.
Old school. The communication isn't there with today's kids.
He wasn't a great coach then.
I'm going to throw a comparison out here, and I don't mean this as an insult. I actually mean it very respectfully. Herm Edwards is the Tony La Russa of college football.
Yes. Yes. It makes sense, though. It makes
pro
sense,
and college football.
Yeah, it makes
pro
sense.
And college and pro and because here's the thing, and there is another parallel with this too. Because when Herm Edwards was hired 3 years ago in Arizona, was it 3 or 4 years ago?
Three.
He had not coached anything since 2008.
No, he'd been on TV.
He's been on NBC.
And he'd been on TV, and he hadn't coached college
ever
since 1989.
Okay, so yeah, way back.
So I here's the thing. Old school mentality. He helped ASU win games.
Yep.
And they brought him in because they wanted to turn ASU into more of a pipeline to the NFL. Bringing in an NFL coach, you know what to look for, you get him ready. ASU did not develop the results that they expected because ASU forgot one key thing. College football is not the NFL. They are different games.
You got that
Bam.
in the NFL. In the NFL, you got grown men with bills. You got grown men with bills fighting for roster spots so they can take care of their family. That's a little bit of a different situation than when you're dealing with the motivation of a college kid.
Yeah.
And I just think he's too old school to really be heard for a long period of time. And I give him props for him staying as long as he did, but that marriage was going to end eventually.
This was his last year in Arizona regardless, and I think some of it has to do with the NCAA investigation into recruiting practices during COVID.
Yeah.
It was the end of his Herm in Arizona State.
Count it.
End of his contract. But Edwards wrong.
Yeah, I have respect for Herm Edwards. He was Chiefs coach, coach of ASU.
School.
But he was too old school.
Is he headed back to TV?
Oh yeah.
I
He'll be
that.
on TV in a
I
month.
can see that because he knows the game.
By the playoffs, yeah.
No
Will
one
he
can
be,
say.
Will he be college ball now, or will he come back to the NFL? You think?
He'll go back to the NFL.
Herm Edwards' likability as an analyst too was pretty high.
Yeah.
He'll probably go back to Sunday Night Football.
I know I would.
Why not?
Why would you not? Yeah.
I know I would.
Yeah.
What an easy job compared to what you're used to now.
Yeah.
Yeah. How easy. And you get paid better. Not better, but comparably.
Yeah.
All right. So best comeback of the week, was it Arizona or was it Miami?
That was the game I wanted to bring up, and I want to say this. After you guys answer that question, I got a second part. Did we all underestimate Tua?
I'm not going to judge on that yet, but
it's too soon to sell. But he has earned the discussion being considered. I will say that. Better comeback though. I got to go with Arizona on the Raiders because Kyler Murray played some backyard football, and he earned that shit.
That's his game.
And this is. It's evidence as to why I think that Cliff Kingsbury is wasting the talent of Kyler Murray in Arizona. Because when Kyler gets to Kyler, magic fucking happens.
Yeah.
And I say but
that 2-point conversion was a thing of freaking like art. Like it was art in motion because a second earlier or a second later and it doesn't happen.
That was high school and backyard football.
Beast. But the thing is, Seven, like, what does it take to get Kyler Murray into Kyler Murray mode? Like, you have to be probably losing the game. Yeah. Like, you have to be in like chaotic situations for him to be good at what he does. Like, because what he does is he creates soundness out of chaos. Like in a play, like that's what he can do. And like, you don't need chaos all the time though. Like, you need him to be a solid quarterback. And like to have the lead sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I get to like run the ball and not give up games and not be like just the chaos guy.
Kyler Murray is a gamer. Anybody that is a gamer, anybody that plays video games as a hobby, I guarantee you they think better under pressure than when everything is fine. Yeah. I guarantee you. Yeah. They may not have gone into their love of video games like that, but that's video games conditions you to get to that point because it gets harder and harder and harder. And you have to think more and more and more. And so Kyler Murray is a gamer. But Cliff Kingsbury doesn't even know what a Super Nintendo is.
He's Diddy Kong.
I've never seen a coach not adjust. I've never seen a coach with that kind of clock management at certain spots.
But Will, that jawline though.
He's to me he's a bad coach. He's just a bad
horrible coach.
And I think he's stifling the development of Kyler Murray versus helping him.
Here's another question for you. Did Kyler save his job yesterday?
I was about to say absolutely.
Yeah.
They were riding up the pink slip. they were writing up the pink slip when he got the delay a game on that 2-point conversion to take it to overtime.
Yep.
They were like, there was never a question if you were going to kick it. You didn't have to switch who was on the field. Why the hell did you get what the hell?
A game.
And here's the thing. If they had lost that game yesterday,
he would be gone.
Cliff Kingsbury would have been fired this morning.
He would be gone.
I guarantee it.
He would have been gone, Bubba.
Kyler Murray saved Cliff Kingsbury's
I
job.
thought JJ was out. I didn't realize JJ Watt was playing.
No, and Erica's right. Like, Kyler Murray was drafted high for a reason. Yes, he's got the personality of a paper airplane, but the dude knows how to play football.
Also, holy shit, are we just going to overlook the fact that that guy is 5'8"?
Yeah,
he has problems. Guys, that's part of the chaos. That's part of his fixing chaos thing, is that he needs to have chaos because he needs to be outside of the fucking pocket because his linemen are too tall. All right? That's really an actual factual statement. Like, watch him try and just sit in the pocket. He needs to be in shotgun, a little bit back, and he needs to have passing lanes. He needs to have lanes in between those linemen to see his routes. It's not like, how fucking talented is this guy? He's incredibly talented. I'll tell you that much, because how fucking talented is this guy that he not only plays quarterback in the NFL, gets a huge deal, and is halfway above average to decent at 5'8" tall. The motherfucker can't see what's going on down the field.
Nope.
He's like the Ray Charles of the NFL, just out there, just playing the piano, has no fucking idea what's going on.
Dan, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna put it up there. Somebody will catch it.
Somebody's gonna catch it because I'm gonna throw it in the right spot.
I don't know who, but somebody gonna catch it.
But he's throwing him in the right spot, though. That's a weird.
Dude,
how is he just rearing back
dimes
in the blind? How is he rearing back and throwing dimes? That's my question. Like, how talented is this motherfucker? If Kyler Murray's 6'3", that dude's the best fucking quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah,
he's the fastest one for sure.
Erica's right, and this is the thing, and this is why I go back to coaching, because there are so many different intangible things to Kyler Murray's game that are not being utilized, and so because they're not being utilized, people aren't seeing that there are so many people that can't see how good Kyler Murray is. I'm telling you that if the Cardinals have a really bad loss this season, and like a close game where Cliff blows it, or they just get completely blown out, look for Cliff Kingsbury's name to be on the "you're fired" list the next day, because it could happen.
At the very least, the hot seat.
Early.
And you might see Dan. You might see Dan hoping Cliff Kingsbury's got can be
coming
a
to Nebraska.
Coming
to Nebraska, baby. Coming to
Lincoln. Come to Lincoln, big boy. Be like Magic Mike in NEB.
He'd be the most attractive man in 4 states.
Yeah,
Magic Mike NEB, baby. Hey, he's already the most attractive man in that fucking 4-state weird place down there in Arizona. So he's gonna come up to the Midwest. And he's gonna have a less of a pool to work with. Oh yeah, he's easily the best looking guy.
Another thing I want to bring up too real quick: San Francisco 49er quarterback Trey Lance out for the season.
Man.
That was
but Jimmy G.
Jimmy G is the Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No,
the Italian
Ryan
version.
Fitzpatrick from Wish.
I think it was me and you talking, Seven. I'm kind of liking that ESPN. I'm kind of liking that ESPN crew though. Not ESPN, the Amazon crew. I'm kind of liking the Amazon Prime crew. Yeah.
Legitimately, if you get the chance to watch Thursday Night Football on Prime, that crew they actually put together.
Really bad,
that crew's amazing.
It's
I didn't have a problem.
Richard Sherman.
And Richard Sherman just
hey
going
Josie,
on.
just get better fucking internet, bro.
And Richard Sherman.
I'm just saying I didn't watch it.
And
Richard Sherman told you that.
Richard Sherman going after Russell Wilson the other night was hilarious.
Yeah,
it was hilarious. He was just going off.
Is
Sherman
that the
is
one
awesome.
that Ryan Fitzpatrick's on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sherman.
I heard he is doing really good.
Fitz is awesome.
He's legitimately
awesome,
very, very good.
Yes.
He deserves it. He deserves respect for it. Fitz is amazing.
And Tony G is like the veteran guy.
And I will also give them credit to take somewhat of that filter off of Richard Sherman. Not all the way, but somewhat. Take off the
you
lid of Richard
want to
Sherman.
let him loose a little bit because that's part of your entertainment value for that show. Tony G is the level-headed one, and then the female broadcaster, she does a great job. I can't remember who it is.
Can we run the dick of the week here in a second? Go ahead. Sorry,
yes.
correcting that comment.
And then you've got Fitz. That's the guy that clearly was smoking weed out back before everything started.
Hell yeah.
Probably.
Fitz is our boy. Fitz is our boy here at Sports Report.
Fitz is the guy that you see at the bar, at the dive bar after, not the high-end club.
After this year, he might be in Nebraska.
Fitz is the guy that you meet outside smoking a cigarette. He's like, "Hey man, you party?"
Yeah. Party man.
And Richard Sherman is that guy that you worry about. You kind of watch your drink around, but he's ultimately fine.
I love me some Fitz, man. I respect the hell out of the way that man made a career out of being the guy who just comes in and gets you through the hump.
Nah, the dude I want to be is Chase Daniel. That fool that made tons of money and hardly played.
He's made like $100 million.
He's made $100 million. Hardly played. That's awesome.
What Erica commented rolls perfectly. I'm glad we brought up Kyler Murray because, I got a dick of the week.
That
was already my dick of the week.
We don't have that clip anymore.
You guys just naturally. I'll just say my dick of the week then.
Go ahead, man.
My dick of the week is Kyler Murray for sure, and I had already decided that because of the hit in the face thing and how he goes out to the crowd and then like some dude tries to grab his shoulder pad and he gets hit in the face and then he like it's somebody else's fucking fault. You were just over there. You made a pretty violent gesture towards a fan immediately. And then dudes are trying to reach for you, but that was going to be the original thing, right? But now it's definitely with Erica's comment is Kyler Murray, go play fucking baseball, bro. Why did you not? Why are you not playing fucking Major League Baseball? You're going to see that Aaron Judge contract. Did you see the Mike Trout contract, Kyler Murray? I'll ask you that. Did you see any of the contracts that these MLB guys get? And they don't have to do anything that you're doing right now. They don't have to be in a car crash every 8 seconds for a whole season. Like you can just go out and pitch, man. And like Tim Lincecum was 5'8" too, man. You can be a good pitcher. Like just go out and play fucking center field. He played center field in college. Go play center field.
Erica, don't take that.
No, she's right. She was saying the same thing.
No, and think about this for Kyler Murray. You got, if you're a pitcher in major leagues, you are at the ballpark. You are throwing a game as a starter once every 5 to 6 days.
Yep. He would play every day though. He would be a center fielder.
I mean, but as a center fielder, either way, you can take your Xbox with you and hook it up to the TV in the hotel.
I heard they do that. All like tons of the players travel with
clubhouse.
They all do, yeah.
You can hook that shit up in the clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
he'd be fine.
I've seen
He's
Adam
perfect
Cole's setup of what he brings on the road. I can only imagine.
He'd be perfect for it. Like that's Kyler's personality as a Major League Baseball player. It really is.
Honestly, like
it's not an NFL player. Go play baseball.
He would make a lot more money.
Go play baseball, Kyler Murray, and you make a lot more money.
I don't know about longer. It can play baseball longer.
Way longer, and then you don't freak out and have CTE.
Yep.
All right.
Anybody else got a good week?
Well, I don't know if he's the dick of the week. I just wanted to bring up what y'all think of Cooper Rush.
We didn't.
I think the Dallas Cowboy fans are going to cry next week when they realize that he's not that guy. That was just a lucky start for back up.
Yes, thank you, Seven.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes. Because
Kyler Murray
is
not that guy.
I've already heard we them boys. This is the start. We go into the playoffs. I'm not even in Texas anymore.
That feels like rushing it.
He ain't even the best quarterback.
They're Cowboys fans. They always run.
He ain't even the best quarterback in that division.
He's not even the best quarterback on that team.
On his own team.
Can we talk about that it was the first time in 20 years that the Jags, Jets, and who was the other one?
Lions
all won in the same weekend?
Listen, I know this. I know this. A lot of that stuff, I think Cincinnati gave that game away more than Dallas won it. And I don't think Cooper Rush is that guy. I don't think he will be that guy. And that's going
If Cincinnati has an offensive line, Dallas gets blown out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Cooper will
They
be
got
that guy
to do
this year.
something because you are totally right there, Seven. If they don't start protecting Joe, he's not going to make it 6 years.
On the same team's winning thing, the Mets, the Yankees, the Giants, and the Jets all won on Sunday. That was the first time that all four of those teams had won since like 2008 or something like that, which is an interesting fact. I also have a second Dick of the Week that just got established about 3 minutes ago, by the way. Did you, Josie, did you just say that the Dick of the Week graphic has been ended? Let me get this straight before we end. Let me get this straight.
No.
So we replaced probably the most popular segment on this show. I'd say it definitely is. My segment. The most popular segment on the show gets replaced with hot takes. This is all hot takes. We're all doing hot takes the whole time, right? So I'm just from the management of my company, I would like an explanation on how this gets replaced with my segment.
It's all on you, Josie. It's all on you.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm confused.
You have your own segment. It's the hardwood. We did away with Dick of the Week for hot takes.
I don't remember being asked about any of this. Do I get to say, or am I like Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, and I just get to sit back and just be the franchise? So I get to be the franchise, but I don't get any say in the franchise's future. That's unbelievable. What? All right, Green Bay's front office. All right, Green Bay's front office.
Why don't you go down to South America and have 1,000 of your relatives tell you they love you?
I have. It wasn't the same experience, but it was definitely about close. I was like, me and A-Rob were like, I was like, yes, dude. I know what he's talking about. I know exactly what he's talking about. I'm all about that ayahuasca. It's all right.
All right.
Good shit.
You tried ayahuasca too, but it was heroin.
I've done DMT, which is basically it's like the base of ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is just a tea made from DMT. I've smoked DMT before, which is basically the same thing. It's the only drug that's ever changed my personality. It changed my life completely.
That's what I heard about.
Bro, it's an adventure in which you cannot possibly describe to another person.
All right.
It's unbelievable.
All right, let's go ahead and get on out here. Let's go ahead and get on out here, guys. Anybody else got anything before we roll out?
Do some shrooms.
If no one has anything else, thank you for watching the Sports Report podcast right here on the Sports Report brand. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere the Sports Report is. Josh, go ahead and take us out.
Legalize LSD.
Damn.
Take us out quicker, Josh.
Do some shrooms.
Yes, quicker, Josh.
Stop calling me Josh, goddammit.
Sorry, Josie.
My fault. Josie, my fault.
Hey, Josie.
I'm trying to get out of here.
You weren't running.
Dan's gonna get us banned.
What's going on right now?
Dan's gonna get us banned.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.